Hello everyone, this is the second video of my trilogy, and just for future memory I made this video. The video is about the problem I have with my engine, my motor, which is a very little motor, and I must refill it every hour when I'm running on the lake. So this is not an invention, this is how I put several pieces together to transform my motor with a motor with auto refill. If you watched my first video of the trilogy, you must note that this cup, it's a little bit different from what I presented on the first video, but the principle, it's the same. Why this change? Because I have a little accident with this kind of quick connectors. They are good, but they are very fragile at the end. So I broke it and I bought a new one, more light, can say it's more light, not so heavy as this, because this male with the female with the metal, it's a little bit heavy so this kind of pieces, they are so fragile. You can get it in Amazon, and this is very light, it's all in plastic. Okay. The principle is the same. Don't worry about the quick connectors. You can buy any quick connector you want. The important thing, it's the only modification I made to get my goal. So what I did, I dismounted the cap and enlarged the hole for 8.5 millimeters. And I put it, and it's very strong. I didn't use anything to connect, just a little bit of force. Okay, the principle, it's the same. The important is you have a connector here, male and female. This is very light, and I hope this one doesn't break. Okay, don't forget, please watch my first video. Don't forget, you must make holes for bracing. This, it's the air entrance for your tank, the original tank. I mean the built-in tank in your motor. So the principle is the same of the other in my first video. You have a male here and a female. I will show you in a few moments. Please don't forget the holes. Okay? Well, this is my engine, my powerful engine, and my big problem. I don't know if you know this kind of motors, but they have a big problem. With what? With refilling it. As you know, this motor has a tank, a built-in tank with the capacity of 1 liter, something like 0.26 gallons, and lasts me 1 hour of running. So this is the big problem, because I get out of gas in the middle of the lake with the wind and the waves and other boats passing, and it's a problem because you split every time. You split gasoline every time you try refill your tank. Now this is not a problem for me, and I will show how to. The autonomy of this Mercury is something like 50 minutes, 1 hour the most. So I refuse now to refill my tank when I'm running with my boat, Rabadak. Okay guys, back to the studio. After presenting you my engine, my Mercury 2.5 horsepower, 4-stroke, I want to present you all the kind of objects I needed to put all together to make my Rabadak refill tank. I will show you a box with all these pieces where I have a microcontroller, a relay. Relay, it's a switch. The microcontroller controls the relay, and the relay puts the pump on or off. Also, I have a sound sensor to know when my mercury motor is running. I think I already told you, but the pump will work automatically in a refill cycle of 20 minutes of use of the motor. So I need to have a sound sensor to know where my mercury is effectively working. Okay, the solution comes from the external tank, a few gas lines, a gas filter, the pump, and the connectors already presented. And of course my mercury with the modified tank cap. What pieces I must have to put this together? I don't talk about the box. This is another thing. Okay, I bought a fuel line hose for outboard boat engine petrol tank with female connectors, with a rubber pump, manual rubber pump. Every boat that has a normal motor with a fuel pump, internal fuel pump, needs a piece like this. And what is this piece? This piece is to prime the gas on the first time when you put your motor running. So you squeeze that rubber pump to prime all the fuel on the lines, the line hose. In another side, we have the universal gasoline pump. So this is the two pieces I need to my solution. What I did with these two pieces? Well, I just replaced the rubber pump with the electric gas pump. Nothing more than this. Just this. And I keep it aboard because we don't know the future. So I just disconnect the hose from both sides of the rubber pump and replace by the fuel pump, the electric gas pump. Where can I get the these pieces? AliExpress sites. You can see the price is depending from the origin. You can also buy it in eBay and look at the price. This is for 15 pounds, something like 12 euros, or even Amazon. You can get it for about 20 bucks. Okay. The pump, you can buy it from AliExpress also. You can look at the price. It's $12, 12 euros, or something like 15 bucks, or even in eBay if you want 10 bucks here in eBay. This is a low pressure pump, and you can get it also in Amazon. So that's all you need to put all the pieces together. Remember, put the pump in the place of the rubber pump. Well, and this is my new jerry can, or my new external tank. I bought it from Amazon for 50 bucks, more or less. And this is a real tank for my boat. As you can see, he has a standard connector that comes with the tank, and the connections goes as I explained earlier. Okay, this is a 3 gallons tank gas, and I can spend 10 hours in the lake with this tank. 3 gallons for this little fellow here. I'm talking about 100 kilometers, more or less 10 hours of autonomy. 100 kilometers, I mean 54, 55 nautical miles of autonomy. I don't refill my tank manually anymore.
Okay, guys, back to the studio. I must do an observation, a very important observation. The pump and the Rabadak refill tank are electric and electronic, respectively, components. So they need energy, and the energy it's 12 volts. So where I get 12 volts, of course, in a battery. To operate the Rabadak fuel tank, it's mandatory to have a battery aboard. You can use a car battery or a boat battery, a normal battery. It's a little bit big. If you don't want a big thing, but a little battery, you can buy a moto battery or a multi-purpose lithium battery of 12 volts. Don't forget one thing, if you have a battery, you must have its charger, of course. About prices, it's not a big deal if you don't want to expend a lot of money, but I can show you batteries. This is a car battery. It's about 43.95 euros, something like 50 bucks. Or a moto battery. It's lithium battery. The lithium batteries are a little bit expensive, so you have 55 bucks here to have this little battery. It's let me see, 11.3 centimeters by 6.9 by 8.5 centimeters. I don't know the measures in your country measures, but make the accounts. Another battery, lithium battery, is this one. I like this one especially. If I didn't have a battery in my boat, I should choose a battery like this. Well, I already have a battery in my boat because I have an electric trolling motor and I need a battery. So the battery is there and will be enough to energize the pump and the Rabadak refill tank. But this is an observation important. Without battery, you never have a solution like this. Now it's time to present you the unit, the brain of all these, called Rabadak Refill Tank Automatic version.
Okay, guys, let me present you the brain of Rabadak Refill Tank. As you can see, it's a little wood box and has a switch which commands the manual modes and automatic mode. When in manual modes, my pump doesn't work never. So if I push it for automatic position, the pump will refill my tank every 20 minutes of running. And I will show you how my Rabadak refill tank knows that the motor is working. As you can see the box, we have a switch, a beeper, and 3 LEDs. Let me explain the 3 LEDs. I have a white LED, a green LED, and a red LED. The green LEDs comes on when I connect my unit to the battery. As you can see, it's a connector of cigarette lighter, car cigarette lighter, and I have several here, as you can see. So when I connect to the battery, the green LED turns on. The red LED is for warning me that I am in manual mode. So the red LED turns on when I'm in manual mode. When in manual mode, my pump never will refill the tank. I will explain you why I put manual and automatic mode. So automatic mode is in on. The white LED is turns on when the Rabadak refill tank is refilling the tank, or when my motor is running. I will show how my Rabadak refill tank knows that my motor is on. Well, I also have a beeper here. The beeper warning me if I am in manual mode and the unit needs to refill the tank. But I don't want to refill the tank at the time. So I can choose between manual and automatic. So if I am in manual and the unit needs to refill the tank, the red LEDs will be on, and the beeper will warning me that what the unit needs. Okay, what I have inside. Let's take a look. Well, it's a amazing labyrinth of connections. Well, for me it's not a big problem, this, because I am a software engineer and I understand a little bit of hardware. So what we have here, this guy is the brain of all these. This guy is a microprocessor, microcontroller, programmed with C++, and all the intelligence is on him. Okay, I also have something very important. This is a relay. So my microcontroller can put the relay on off, and the relay is connected directly to my gas pump. So the relay the relay commands the pump. The microcontroller turns the relay on or off every 20 minutes of my motor is running. So when my motor is running, the unit knows it is running. After 20 minutes, the pump is on and I will refill 1/3 of the tank. So every 20 minutes of really used of my motor, the microcontroller orders the pump to refill it with 1/3 of gas. Okay? Let me now present you another piece of Rabadak refill tank. This is the piece which knows when my mercury is running and how it works. Can you see this hole? This is a sound sensor, which is in a tube of pills, I don't know, and works like a microphone. When my motor is running, my microphone sensor or my sound sensor will know about the decibels of my mercury. So I know the motor is running. So it's burning my gasoline. And every 20 minutes of real use of the motor, the unit Rabadak refill tank will trigger the relay and switch the pump on. And I will refill it for 18 seconds to reach 1/3 of gasoline in my mercury. And I don't worry about refilling because based on the motor use, the tank is refilled every 20 minutes of real use. As I told you, this works like a little microphone reading the decibels of my motor running. The sensor, obviously, is connected to the microcontroller, and the microcontroller do all the maths. Okay, let's do all the connections, and I'll show you how a Rabadak refill tank refills my tank from the external tank to the built-in tank. Okay guys, connections done. The quick connector to the external tank. I have a little filter here. The tube comes to the pump, and from the pump goes to the built-in tank of my motor. Let's see how Rabadak refill tank refills my tank. As you can notice, I hope you can notice, I have no gas in the tank. My built-in tank right now is refilled for the first time. And the first time I refill the tank on a journey, I will refill it for 25 minutes. And why the first time I use this process? Just because the lines, the gasoline lines, as hair and are not, how do you call this? It's not primed. So I give it more 7 seconds to refill my tank. The next times it will I will use 18 seconds for every 20 minutes. So let's to the lake and see the Rabadak refill tank in action. Hello, good morning. Finally in the lake. This is Amieira Marina on Lake Alqueva, and we will start our experience on the lake to trying the Rabadak refill tank. As you may remember, in one of the last scenes, we refill for the first time the Rabadak refill tank fills the motor. So we have half a tank to burn before we start the Rabadak refill tank today. I will connect the Rabadak refill tank on the position manual. So let's see how it goes. Okay, our motor is started. I already starts the Rabadak refill tank, as I said, in manual mode. Now we will start the trip. Okay, guys, in this moment there are past 10 minutes from the time that we start the motor, and Rabadak refill tank is in a manual mode, so is warning me that each time perhaps to put some gas on the tank. I have a little gas on the tank, so I will burn a little bit more gas and then I will refill it. Well, I will pass it through to the automatic mode, and let's see the motor, the gas pump working. I hope you can hear. Okay. As you can see, right now, Rabadak is filling the motor, and the white LED or purple LED is on. So it's detecting that the motor is working, and just refill it about 46% of the capacity. So it will enter working again in 20 minutes. I hope I can show you. At this moment, the Rabadak refill tank just about refill the tank, because past 20 minutes from the last refill.